This team had a total of 784 points last season, even with an average of over 1,400 minutes each. And apart from two, they all play for a top 6 team. So have you ever wondered what the worst, most expensive team is? You should treat most of these players like girls treat me. Avoid. In goals, we have a 5 million goalkeeper, which you could have Fabianski, Schmeichel, or third choice United keeper Lee Grant, who played a total of a whopping 0 minutes last season. And he's been chosen by 0.3% of people. So 0.3% of you need a good CN2 by Nigel Farage as punishment. What are you doing? Our first defender is Liverpool legend, who some say is their best player in their team and should be worshipped, is Dejan Lovren. With 63 points last season, and he may be the 4th choice, but come on, who do you think is better? DJ Dejan or Virgil van Dijk? Okay, I'm sorry for that one. He will probably only play if Gomez and Matip get injured, so at 5.5 mil, I think I'm good. Next up, we have our oldest outfield player, Young. Yes, Ashley Young. Man United captain. How did that even happen? 73 points in 2,500 minutes, and again, at 5.5 mil, he'll only play if there's injuries, so I feel like he might not be a great option. Next up, possibly we have one of the best, and also one of the worst defenders in the league, Mustafi. 80 points in 2,600 minutes, and even though he probably will start, with only 6 clean sheets last season, there could be a few better options at, again, 5.5 mil. And last defender, and whoop-de-doop-de-doo, another 5.5 million player in Yerry Mina. Only 900 minutes with 36 points? Now, he might be a better option this year if they don't get Zuma, but it would be a massive risk at 5.5 mil, as you can get Coleman for the exact same price. Our first midfielder is on $500,000 wages a week and has scored 3 goals in a year and a half since joining his new club. It's 7 million Alexis Sanchez. Now, if this was 2 seasons ago, he would be in everyone's team, but you can see he just doesn't fit into this Man United team, and I personally think he won't do anything this season, apart from getting injured again. Next up, we have Mezack Iselle. Again, 2 seasons ago, if he was 7.5 mil, he'd be in everyone's team. And again, he's on so much money and doesn't do that much for the team. He'll probably bring back some returns, but for 7.5 million like Fraser and Martial, he's a super dislike from me. Next up, we have Mkhitaryan. This team is slowly turning into all Arsenal players they've had over the last years, and it just says it all really, doesn't it? Mickey is 7 million like Maddison and Zaha, and he's not got the worst returns for his minutes and price, but I think I'm just going to do an Arsenal in the Europa League and choose not to bring him in my team for safety reasons. The last midfielder, and actually a player that plays for the best team in the league, scores an average of 150 points in a season, is Rehab Marez. At 8.5 million, he may be 100% fit, amazing form, and Pep is like, right, Marez, today you're going to be playing very, very wide. Yeah, keep going on the bench. I think he's probably one of the worst choices, just because he could just not get any minutes for weeks for no reason. Next player is Gabrielle Fake Jesus. He is obviously the fake Jesus because he's not nailed. The real Jesus loved a good old cross, but Gabrielle loves the bench. I'm sure he will get more minutes this season, but for 9.5 million, I don't want another bench FC player. And finally, we have a player that I will bet my channel, I'll even bet my dog, that he'll score 0 points this season, and that's Arnautovic. It may be due to the fact that he's going to be playing in the better league of China, so obviously he won't get points, but my ambitions are as big as his, so that's why he's in this team. So this right here is arguably the worst, most expensive team. You probably shouldn't have any of these players in your team at the very start at least, as again they didn't have great seasons last season and isn't looking to change. A lot of these players will be in teams just because they are popular names, but don't be a sheep, and I'm not saying that just because I'm Welsh. I don't need to go into that. But you should always make sure your players are nailed on and have the potential of doing well. I can see a few of these players having a great season, but I will probably get more points playing myself than some of these players. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and remember,
don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now.